Oh. The Lakers think they're a few pieces away from being contenders, so they may be willing to dump picks for players that can help now. We aren't aware of any players that this team has on its target list. There aren't any players that this team is dangling as trade bait. There aren't any players on this team that are untouchable. Expiring contracts. Me. B.I. Kyle Kuzma. Plus 10 other players. What? Buying change. Let's go. That's me.
How do you say hello in Chinese?
Ni hao.
Can you say what's up 2K family in Chinese?
I could mix it like.
Let's do it.
All
yeah.
right. Ni hao, 2K family, shishini. That's thank you in Chinese as
Oh,
well.
I love it. That's awesome.
Right now, on this episode of 2K TV, D'Angelo Russell, expert tips.
Let's take a look at how you can run a two-man game as a point guard in NBA 2K.
My Team Unlimited analysis.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg and with tip-off.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. But KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, DA. Thank you. Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah, we used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game, '99. He came in the locker room and we were just getting started. So I was just asking questions about his process and stuff, and he started going to like mock cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for like a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. Like Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at the point guard. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Boy, Kuzma superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence. And he's got great range, too.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. Gibson down low. He's against Kuzma. Teague with a clean look. Money from the wing.
And Teague is a polished shooter, a composed player. I like seeing him get free to shoot from here.
Gutierrez, the pass to Kuzma, nails the wide open jump shot. Kuzma's got 5.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Outside Teague. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And that one's good by LeBron.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Baseline J on the way. That doesn't go in either for T.
They're cold so far, only 1 for 5 to begin.
Look at that jam.
Wow. Come on now, bring the thunder, rock that rim. And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Wiggins finds Gibson. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Gutierrez, the pass to Kuzma. Shot clock reset for the Lakers. Lakers passing it around. 5 to shoot. Rebound by Butler.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Teague, the pass to Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
Los Angeles leading by 3. LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Kuzma passes to Gutierrez. Oh! Man. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
He kicks to McGee. Over Teague. McGee's shot is off. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 3. Butler finds Towns. Outside Butler. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Butler. Wiggins has got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, high percentage look there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins reads the defense and then basically just takes what he's given there.
And he's able to get it back. Good work there as it goes. 6 points for easy breezy.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the board.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
T kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Butler. A fadeaway. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And that one drops for him. Kobe, you love to take over a game. You're scoring everything you did. Who are the players you faced, though, who held their own against you defensively, that were always something maybe that you really enjoyed playing because you knew they were so good defensively?
Tony Allen was my all-time favorite to go against. I loved going against Tony
monster,
Allen.
huh?
He was amazing. Well, he didn't ask for any help ever. It wasn't like, I'm going to send Kobe down here and come for the trap. He wasn't asking for help. He's like, no, me and you. No matter how many times I hit him, no matter how many times I scored him, he was still there every single time. And I loved competing against him. Raja Bell as well. I loved competing against Raja.
Yeah, there were some battles with you and him when he played with Phoenix.
Yeah, because there was no back down there, right?
None.
Eric Snow, Bruce Bowen, I liked a lot. He played the game differently. He tried to frustrate you and all these things. So I was fortunate enough to go up against some really top defenders. Kawhi, I didn't get a chance to see much because it was later in my career.
That would have been a good matchup.
I would have loved it.
Here's Wiggins. That one wide left. Los Angeles leading by 3. LeBron kicks to Kuzma. Here's Gutierrez, and the layup falls. Gutierrez has got 8 points.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Gibson against Kuzma. Here's Teague. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Guys, I really like how Teague attacks. I mean, he does a nice job getting inside the guts of the defense and really baiting them into fouling.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Beasley's checked in for JaVale McGee. Brandon Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Chang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Feet away, and Gutierrez pulls it down. Gutierrez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Rondo's shot is good. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Here's Towns. That's tipped. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 6 points for LeBron. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Lakers?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Ball's checked in for Los Angeles. Minnesota also making some changes. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Towns. Rose comes in for Wiggins. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. Back to Jones. From deep 3-point range. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, fortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance. Felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And Kobe, many people measure success in the NBA with the number of rings, not so much the stats. For Karl Malone and Steve Nash and guys of that ilk, you know, they're truly great players, but they never won a championship. How are these legacies measured, do you think, when all is said and done, when you take a look at the landscape of that time?
Well, they're great players who just never won championships. I mean, it's that simple to me. They're just phenomenal players. And winning a championship is extremely difficult. And you have to have so many things go right for you. And you have to be extremely fortunate to be with an organization and to have a GM that understands talent, understands the cap, understands how to build championship caliber teams. And Michael and myself were extremely fortunate, as was Larry, as was Magic. But at the same time, it becomes a player's responsibility to lead that core group of players to the title.
Outside Rondo. LeBron left side. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Timberwolves trail by 15. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Butler feeling it out a bit. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
You know, Butler's a physical guy. I like his physicality. Somebody who doesn't back down at all. And because of that, he's excellent at getting to the line.
The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Rondo passes to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Rose, no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
The 15-footer. Nice touch on the bank shot. Rose has got his first bucket in this one. Well, Kobe, you're known as one of the greatest Lakers of all time. I know you feel there are a lot of guys in that first line of the sentence, right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Guys that I've watched growing up. I mean, listen, I go all the way back to the days of Pollard and Mikan, and I've watched them all, let alone the Baylors, you know, the Chamberlains, the Jabbars, the Worthies. I mean, it's just...
What names?
I mean, what franchise has those?
No one.
Right? I mean, if you look up in the rafters and you see all the jerseys that are hanging up there, they're not some of the all-time Laker greats. They're some of the all-time greats, period. Right? And so to be a part of that franchise is just mind-blowing.
And finished off by Jang.
Yeah, there, Kevin. Finishing like he did it on purpose. Jang can get nasty at the point of attack.
Outside Rondo. And it's ball in the corner. Passes to James. From 11 feet away. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
And here we go. Rondo heading to the hoop. Chalk up 2 there. Rondo's got his second bucket tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Timberwolves. 17-point game. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kicks to Butler. And they double up Butler. Shoots over Ball. Butler, no good. Now, here's Ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the middle, James. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Lakers lead by 19. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. You learn about Jimmy Butler, difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball, that's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you? Greg, between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
The forwards are Ingram and LeBron. Hart is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Beasley in at the 5 down low. That's the Laker 5. From about 19 feet, LeBron grabs the miss. Lakers leading by 22. And Kobe, you think about that leadership role, challenging teammates, putting results above relationships. A lot of guys aren't comfortable with that scenario.
Yeah, most of those guys don't win, so that's that's fine. It's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, if you're comfortable in the moments of being uncomfortable, that will get you ultimately to being comfortable in June.
James against Rose. Jacks up a three. And James pulls it down. James has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Yeah, I like how James takes it to the defense. Even if they're all over him, he just muscles it past them.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Zhang kicks to Tolliver. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Rondo passes to Ingram. Lakers working the ball around now. Back to James. And the dunk by James.
He is just brilliant in that pick and roll. Rondo does a great job of... cutting passes through the porous defense.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Rose surveying the D. Goes up the baseline, and that one, good. Rose has got his second basket of the night.
And that's just an intelligent play by Rose, taking advantage of whatever the D gives him.
Here's LeBron, and the rejection by Jang. Now here's Rose. He's guarded closely, and there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Some changes for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Beasley. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Ingram. And a change for the Timberwolves. Gibson's checked in. Some changes for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Wiggins comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Teague for Rose. And it's Rondo penetrating. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rondo's got 6 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
There's the pass to Nunley. Pass to Wiggins. Outside Gibson. Pass to Teague. Shoots a 3. Another miss by Minnesota. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Kobe, how important is it for young players to have mentors?
Oh, extremely important. Consider them the North Star. Right? They're always there to provide guidance and kind of a map of generally where you want to go, or the direction you want to go. And I always felt muses were important because if I could study them and see how they got to where they are, then it'll help me avoid some of the landmines that they may have stepped on and had to persevere through.
And gracious of you to become a mentor now for so many.
Well, it's part of the responsibility, I think, of giving back to the game, right? The game has given me so much. I've had great mentors in my life. And I feel like it's important to pay it forward.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
A fadeaway, and Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the game to go. Rondo against Teague. Rondo, good.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Poke loose. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the basket by Stevenson.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. And down hard, flying high for the catch and flush, Kevin. Wiggins gets off the ground in a hurry.
Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Over Gibson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Kuzma's got 7.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Caldwell Pope comes in for Josh Hart. And easy breezy subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
A decent free throw shooter is Wiggins, trying to become more than that, though, given how often he gets himself to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You know, I'm sitting here listening to you talk, Kobe, about the game. You should have an academy for some of these players, really.
Yeah, I mean, I do it individually.
Yeah,
I don't do it collectively with guys, but individually I do. Like, I've had guys just come out to where I live out in Orange County, and I'll tell them, I say, listen, you guys can come out anytime. If I'm in town, I'm always available at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we can go 5 o'clock in the morning to 7. So I do that quite a bit with guys individually.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
Here's Gutierrez, Teague covering. The shot missing. And Minnesota will come the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Boston, they've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And seeing where the Lakers are, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Butler's checked in.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. Gibson against Kuzma. Right side Towns. From down in the low post, it goes.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Here's Gutierrez. 37 points in the win against Toronto.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
Balls checked in for Lance Stevenson. The Lakers have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
LA's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. It's good.
You know, Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
Teague kicks to Towns. Caldwell Pope against Wiggins. Right side Towns. 6 on the shot clock, and out of bounds as Los Angeles Kings possession.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Jimmy Butler. He's putting up about 20 points per game, just over 2 steals and 6 rebounds. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position and uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. He kicks to Gibson. Can they get it? He lays it in.
I think this is where Gibson is most effective. A solid interior scorer with a really nice shooting touch.
Here's Gutierrez. Banked in off the glass. Gutierrez has got 15 points.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's now 10 points for Andrew Wiggins. Here's Gutierrez, Teague covering. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
Butler on the way. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Gutierrez has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Ball, the pass to Gutierrez. 1:31 left here in the second. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good with the triple. I'd like to give a big thank you once again to Kobe Bryant for coming by, and feel free anytime to drop by and join our broadcast.
No, thank you, man. It's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You know, Clark, thinking back on Kobe's legacy to the Lakers and how great of an impact he had in that team, very few players have that kind of relationship with a franchise.
And you know, Kevin, with free agency, it's getting more and more rare for a player to spend their entire career with one team as Kobe did with the Lakers. I have a special place in my heart for those kind of guys, a one franchise superstar. And not to begrudge guys for going elsewhere and playing for multiple teams, but it does certainly make it a little more special when you see guys the ilk of Kobe play with only one team.
And it's Butler missing. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. It's good. Kuzma's got 16.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Down low. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. LeBron comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Caldwell Pope. Timberwolves also changing it up. Porky Dangs checked in for Gibson. Tolliver comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Teague.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Got a piece of it. Towns up top, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Man, you like this intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime. Time to get the...
22 rebounds, 15 assists. Damn, he had 43. I only scored 3 more points in the second half, really.